Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're jumping right into a huge tech debate, using expert analysis and some serious hands-on testing to finally settle one of the biggest rivalries in home security.
Okay, let's just get right into it. This is the big choice facing, well, pretty much any new homeowner these days. You've got the Amazon-backed giant of convenience on one side and the premium challenger that's all about quality on the other. And this is way more than just gadgets. It's a real clash of philosophies on how you should protect your home.
So to really get to the bottom of this, we're going to frame it as a debate between two very different ways of thinking. We've got the Ring Defender, who's all about affordability and this massive connected ecosystem. And then we have the premium Arlo fan, who basically says, hey, when it comes to security, you don't skimp on video quality or privacy.
We've broken this showdown into 4 key rounds. First up, we're looking at the whole ecosystem and just how easy they are to use. Then, we get into the really fun stuff, the cameras and quality. After that, we'll tackle the one everyone hates, the subscription trap. And finally, maybe the most important round, privacy and trust. And you're going to want to stick around for the final verdict, because that's where we'll tell you which one is right for you.
All right, let's kick things off with round 1, ecosystem and ease. This isn't just about the gadgets themselves. It's about how they actually fit into your daily life, and maybe more importantly, what other smart stuff they can talk to.
So both of these companies got their start around the same time. But you can see right here, 2018, that was the game changer. When Amazon bought Ring, it was like pouring rocket fuel on a fire. It gave them this massive advantage in name recognition and, crucially, integration with that huge Alexa ecosystem.
And for the Ring Defender, this is pretty much a knockout blow right here. With Ring, you're not just buying a doorbell camera, you're buying into the entire Amazon universe. It works flawlessly with Alexa, with smart lights, with, countless other devices. It makes for a really unified smart home. Arlo, on the other hand, it's much more focused on its own little world of cameras. But, and this is a big but, here's a huge weak spot for Arlo that came up in real-world testing. If you're someone who monitors your own system, listen up. There's what you could call a fatal flaw. The keypad, well, it is the hub. So if a burglar breaks in and just unplugs it, the alarm stops. The whole system can be killed instantly. Ring gets around this because its hub is a separate box with a battery backup.
Okay, on to round 2, cameras and quality. Now this is where things get really interesting. This is where the battle lines are truly drawn, and it's where the Arlo fan is absolutely convinced their system is just better.
And boom, here it is. This is the Arlo fan's big argument. The difference is just, it's night and day. Arlo gives you this incredibly sharp 4K HDR video where you can zoom in and see every little detail. Ring's video, it's often just called good enough, topping out at 1080p or 1440p. And look, when you actually need to identify a face or read a license plate, that extra resolution makes all the difference in the world. Now, look at this. This little thing right here shows Arlo's whole philosophy of making smarter and premium tech. Instead of making you buy a whole bunch of different sensors, they made this one all-in-one device. For about $30, this single sensor can detect motion, water leaks, temperature, and it can even listen for your smoke alarms going off. It literally does the job of like 6 or 7 different Ring sensors.
So this really gets to the heart of their different strategies. Ring's approach is basically to blanket your home. Buy these cheap, single-purpose sensors and stick one on every single door and window. Arlo's strategy is more like surgical precision. Use fewer but much more powerful multi-sensors and place them in just the right spots to get the same or maybe even better coverage.
Okay, time for round 3, the topic we all love to hate, the subscription trap. You just spent all this money on hardware, but is it even useful without paying them a monthly fee forever?
Yeah, SafeWise really hits the nail on the head with this one. Both of these companies, they push you really hard into a subscription. And we're talking about basic, essential features, like just being able to save the video clips from your own camera. They lock it behind a paywall, and honestly, it drives a lot of people crazy.
But when you look at professional, 24/7 monitoring, having actual people ready to call the police for you, the Ring Defender has a very clear numbers-based win. According to the data, Ring's plan is just way cheaper every year. And that number says it all. $100. That's $100 you save every single year by choosing Ring's professional monitoring over Arlo's. For anyone who's thinking about the long-term cost, that is a huge point for Ring. And that brings us to our final round, privacy and trust. This one isn't just about the technology. It's about which company you actually feel comfortable with, watching over your home.
So here's where the Arlo fan really comes out swinging. With Ring, you're not just getting a camera. You're plugging your home directly into the giant Amazon data machine. And by default, and this is the key part, by default, you're opted into stuff like the Neighbors app, which can share your footage with the whole community, and Amazon Sidewalk, which uses a tiny piece of your internet to create a network for the whole neighborhood.
But the Ring Defender's response is, well, pretty pragmatic. It's basically, look, it's 2026, every company is tracking you. It's just the world we live in. For them, giving up some of that data is a totally worthwhile trade-off for the convenience, the lower price, and how well it all just works.
And just to add another layer to that trust argument, research consistently shows Arlo winning in one really important area: customer service. When something goes wrong with your home security, you want to be able to talk to someone who can actually help. And based on reviews, Arlo has a real advantage here.
So after all that, 4 pretty intense rounds, where do we actually land? Well, it's pretty obvious there's no single winner that's right for absolutely everybody. But our analysis shows there are very clear winners for specific kinds of people who care about different things.
So here's the bottom line. You should choose Ring if you're already all in on Amazon and Alexa, if your main concern is a lower price tag, both upfront and monthly, and you want a whole system that's more than just cameras. But you should choose Arlo if you absolutely demand the best video quality, period. If you really care about privacy and want to stay away from the Amazon dataverse, and you really just want a top-of-the-line, camera-focused system.
Ultimately, the choice isn't just Arlo versus Ring. It's really quality versus convenience. It's privacy versus price. So the real question you have to ask yourself is, when it comes to your own front door, which one of those things matters most to you?